Chicago Bears Now is sponsored by RexMD. If you're struggling in the bedroom, look no further. The leader in men's telehealth is RexMD. Go to rexmd.com/chat. They will get you back on track where it matters most. All right, day 2 of the NFL draft is in the books, and the Bears made 3 draft selections here today. We'll go player by player as I hand out some grades for day 2 individually, and then an overall grade for where the Bears sit at overall in this draft. Gervon Dexter Sr. was the pick at number 53 overall, round 2. The more I've digested this, the more I like it a little bit. I'm still not going to change my grade from earlier drastically or anything like that. I'm still kind of about the pick, but the upside is obvious. I mean, you look into him a little bit more and you see the flashes on tape and you're like, okay, he's got athleticism and explosion that you're like, okay, if you can show me more of that, you can be a disruptor in the National Football League as a run stopper and as a guy who can give you some pass rushing. I mean, the guy ran a sub 4.9 at well over 300 pounds. He's got to speed up his instincts to start snaps. He's got to get quicker there, but I think he's a guy that could develop into a good player on this defense. If he can have a full motor more consistently, I think better results could come in the NFL. Dane Brugler had this to say about the Florida defensive tackle. Dexter must develop a more disciplined approach to turn the flashes into more consistent play, but he is an agile, coordinated big man who has yet to play his best football. He is a traits-based projection who can play up and down the line, which will interest both even and odd fronts. The production is a bit underwhelming, but again, the flashes and the upside are there. That was really the theme of day 2 for the Chicago Bears, is they went with high upside, high ceiling guys, and Ryan Poles is banking on Flus and his coaching staff to unlock these guys' potential. Is Ryan Poles going to hit on every draft pick that he ever makes? Of course not. He's going to miss. He missed on some last year. He'll probably miss on some this year. There's a better than 0 chance that he's already missed on a guy, because that's just the odds. You've picked 4 players. Probably one of these guys won't work out. That's just how it works. But I think Jervon Dexter, at least even on the low side, can be a rotation guy. And if he reaches his potential, he can be a staple on this defensive line. I'm going to stick with my original grade of a C. I reserve the right to change that in my final grades tomorrow upon further review. I think C is very much in the range of it's a low ceiling pick, but decent floor, or it's a boom bust type of pick. And I think there's some boom bust here. Like, I think if he hits, he could be damn good. He could be really, really good. That's why the occasional mock had him sneaking into round 1, because he's so explosive. It's just, you're banking on traits here turning into production if you're Ryan Poles, and if they do, he's going to look like a smart general manager down the road. Type Bear Down, bring the heat here on Chicago Bears Now. Show us some love. Get the Bear Downs going in the chat below. If you're excited about day 3 of the NFL draft, go ahead and type Bear Down. We're going to have you covered for that as well. If you love the Bears, get the Bear Downs going down in the comments section below. My favorite pick of the night was Tyrique Stevenson, the cornerback out of the University of Miami of Florida. I loved him in the pre-draft process. I mocked him a lot to the Bears because I just liked him. The athleticism shows off on tape. He had a great combine, great pre-draft process, and the Bears went up and got him. They traded up a few spots to go get him, moved 61 and 136 to go up to 56. So you trade a late 4th to go get him. I got no problem with that. To me, he's a starting caliber corner, and you get him right here. More analysis in my grade of this pick in a moment, but if you want an A++ performance in the bedroom, look no further than Rex MD. If you lack that confidence, if you're not feeling great in the bedroom right now, you're not alone. That's why we're excited to tell you about RexMD, our sponsor today, the online source for men's wellness. RexMD offers an easy and discreet way to get you the medication you need for erectile dysfunction without having to visit a doctor's office. With just a few clicks, you can have your medication delivered straight to your door and at a fraction of the cost of traditional pharmacies. RexMD's team of licensed physicians will work with you to find the right treatment plan, and their medication is made in the United States, so you know that you can trust its quality. Plus, the customer support team is available 24/7 to answer any questions that you may have. So, if you're ready to take control of your sex life and say goodbye to ED, head on over to rexmd.com/chat, get 90% off generic brands of Cialis and Viagra, and pay only $2 per dosage with our link. This is the best deal they've ever offered. rexmd.com/chat. Get started today. Link is in the comments and and in the description below. Back to Tyrique Stevenson. Really good athlete. I love the athletic profile here. He's 6'1.5", just about 200 pounds. He's a press man coverage corner, which I really like his physicality. Dane Brugler had to say this when it came to Stevenson, that he needs to become more consistent in coverage and against the run, but he has a long, rangy corner with the speed and short area athleticism to stay in phase. He's a press man corner, like I mentioned, on the perimeter with NFL starting ability. And look, if I had to guess right now, I think he's a day one starter. And if you're getting day one starters on day two of the NFL draft, that's a really good thing. 7 breakups, 2 picks last year. I think he starts opposite of Jalen Johnson with Kyler Gordon in the slot. If Gordon takes a step forward, if Stevenson is at least serviceable as a rookie, your secondary is in a really, really good spot with Eddie Jackson and Jaquan Brisker manning the safety position. So it's Tyrique Stevenson, round 2, pick 56. It's an A grade. I thought he'd go top 40. You get him here at 56. I love the athletic traits. One of my favorite day 2 corners in the draft. I didn't think he'd go day 1, but I thought he'd go early day 2. You get him almost in the 3rd round. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this pick by Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. Athleticism is off the charts. All right, subscribe to the channel for the latest Bears news, rumors, live streams. We'll be live tomorrow for day 3 of the NFL draft, so join us for that. Bears will be on the clock first at 1:03, so that'll be a lot of fun. So don't miss any of it. Day 3 coming up. We'll have pick-by-pick analysis tomorrow, and we'll hand out our final overall draft grades for Chicago for Ryan Poles. So be on the lookout for that. It's youtube.com/BearsNow. Draft starts at 11 Central tomorrow. We'll probably be live at 10:30. Okay, Zacch, Pickens, they doubled down on defensive tackle today. Dexter, a bigger guy at about 310, 315. Pickens at about 290. So maybe they view him as more of that 3-tech guy who could maybe give you a little bit of run at edge as well. Former top 10 recruit. I mean, this guy was a massive recruit out of high school and just didn't really live up to expectations. Kind of like Dexter, he flashed brilliance at South Carolina, but I think the motor was inconsistent. The level of play certainly was. I think at times the anchor was a problem. So, you know, he struggled against the run. Also, I think he has a higher upside as a pass rusher. Now, he said earlier tonight that he takes it personally in terms of stopping the run. So, you know, he clearly views himself as a good run stopper. And, you know, sometimes I do want to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, too, before I just say, oh, this pick sucks, this and that. A couple of things to consider is that, you know, maybe coaches didn't use these guys properly. Maybe the talent around them wasn't proper. There could be a million reasons why they didn't reach their potential in college. You get them with NFL coaching, they start earning paychecks, things can change in a hurry. Here's Dane Brugler saying that Pickens must continue to hone his hand techniques as a rusher and anchor in the run game, but he plays on his feet with the agility, balance, and length to instinctively react to blockers. He projects as a rotational tackle as a rookie with starting upside. So I think the upside with Pickens could even be higher than Dexter just because I think he could be the ideal fit for that 3-tech athletic-wise. Now, like Dexter, the production was underwhelming at South Carolina. You want to see more here, but here's what I do like when it comes to Pickens and Dexter. Were they reaches in terms of public perception, what fans think, and what, you know, Tom Downey had on his big board? Yeah, I would say, you know, to me, they were both a bit early. But keep this in mind. Every team's big board is different. That's number one. And everyone, if you know, I'm going to read some comments. Attaboy, we still there? He still hasn't been drafted. Like, and we shouldn't just rip Ryan Poles for that. 32 teams have passed on him at least 3 times at this point. So something's off. It's not just a Bears thing, right? Like, it's not like other teams are moving up to go get this guy. Like, he's still available now. If they took him tomorrow, I think that'd be a fun upside pick, but it's not like he's a sure thing either. So keep those things in mind. C+ for Pickens. I like this selection a little bit more than Dexter. And look, these are all on paper projections. Tyrique Stevenson might suck, but today I give it an A. Jervon Dexter might be an all-pro. Today I give it a C. End of the day, we're not going to know for sure until probably at least 2 years down the road. That is just how things work in the NFL draft. We project the best we can, we do the best we can, and then we get to watch them play in the fall and see how it all plays out. Check out our main draft coverage tomorrow on Chat Sports. We'll have you covered with every single pick over there. We'll, of course, be live here, but maybe not for every pick tomorrow. So if you want to get every single pick analysis in real time, you can check us out on our Day 3 coverage. Will Stetson Bennett get drafted? The answer is yes. Deuce Vaughn could be a fun player. A lot of talented guys tomorrow that the Bears could get, so youtube.com/chatsportstv. So here are the Bears selections so far. I'll hand out an overall grade, and then we'll look at some players that the Bears could target tomorrow. Darnell Wright, I gave that a B+ last night. I'll be honest, I might be more in the A- range by tomorrow. The more I read about this guy, the more some of his peers talk about him. I just think it's a really good pick. Gervon Dexter, I gave it a C. Tyrique Stevenson, A. Zacch, Pickens, C+. So you average it all out. I think the Bears have had a solid B draft right now. And here's what I do like about the 2 picks I'm a little less high on. They're upside picks, right? Like, they're not, I don't want to use the word boring because something's boring doesn't mean it's bad, but they're not like low impact and also low ceiling picks. Like, Zacch Pickens has a monster ceiling. Jervon Dexter has a big ceiling. These are guys that could become really, really high level players. So B grade overall. I think you've got 4 contributors at minimum and maybe 3 or 4 starters too. Like, maybe all 4 end up starting for this team. I know they're going to play a lot of young guys this year, and obviously rookies are young players. Okay, let's go through a few position groups and take a look at the top players available entering Day 3. You look interior offensive line. I'm really focused on that number 3 guy right there. Luke Whippler, the center out of Ohio State. Our number 3 center overall still on the board. We saw John Michael Schmitz go at 57. Bears could have taken him at 53, or when they traded up to 56, they opted not to. I don't think they viewed him as a scheme fit. Joe Tippmann, what did he go, Rolly, in the 40s? He went pretty early today, so I don't think he was a real option for Chicago today. So, look, Whippler at 103 to start tomorrow, I'd be happy with that. I don't know if he's my top guy entering tomorrow, but he's certainly someone that I would consider. So, Luke Whippler, the center, is a name to monitor. Running backs, I think adding a back on Day 3 makes a lot of sense. Israel Abanikanda, Roschon Johnson, Zach Evans, Chase Brown. I know you guys would love to see Chase Brown. I'd like to see that as well. Eric Gray, Deuce Vaughn would be a fun player. Dwayne McBride, Sean Tucker. So there's some good backs still available. And I would not rule out and dismiss adding a wide receiver on Day 3. Listen, I think the Bears could go to battle with the wide receiver room they have, but there's some good talent here. I'm shocked that Tyler Scott hasn't gone. A.T. Perry would be kind of electric at 103. So would Xavier Hutchinson. I'm big on him. Charlie Jones a little bit later. Where does Kayshon Boutte go? Could Ryan Poles, take a chance on him in round 5 or so? I wouldn't completely dismiss that. Tight ends, we did see Darnell Washington go. I was hoping he would make it to round 4, but Pittsburgh took him. Kind of underwhelming, although I do like Zach Kuntz, and they met with Payne Durham in the pre-draft process, so he's a tight end to monitor. Kuntz would be fun on Day 3. I think he's got upside athletically, and Durham had really good production in college, just not the best athlete. Edge rushers, obviously the Bears haven't taken a pure edge yet, and remember this. Matt Eberflus said that the Bears could absolutely sign a veteran defensive lineman after the draft. Yannick Ngakoue, anybody? Sign me up. But I love Isaiah McGuire. I thought he could sneak into Day 2. He's still out there. Yasser Abdullah is a good athlete, so keep an eye on him. I'll throw one more name at you, too. Nick Herbig is still out there, I believe. I don't think he got drafted out of Wisconsin, so keep his name on your radar. How about interior guys? Listen, I just made the point that there must be a reason that Adetomiwa Adebawore didn't get drafted, but look, on Day 3, I'll take the chance. There might be some red flag. Maybe there's a medical concern, but if he's still there, I would be interested. You've got Carl Brooks, who is a super productive player in college, kind of a tweener. We'll see how the Bears view him. Moro Ojimo, Keandre Coburn. If you want to get beefy with Coburn, he's kind of a true one-tech. Ojimo, kind of an upside three-tech type of talent as well. So there you go. That's it for players to look at tomorrow. I handed out some grades. Grade the Bears draft so far. A, B, C, D, or F. I gave it an overall B. Some really good, some boom bust risk there, so we'll kind of see how those play out over time. But B grade for me with the chance to move up or move down with some day 3 selections. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. Enjoy the night. Up and at 'em tomorrow for day 3 of the NFL Draft. We will be live, so don't miss any of our coverage. I'm Harrison Graham signing off. Bear down. We'll see you soon.